And we're live! Happy Monday, everybody! Happy Monday, friends and loved ones! Woo, woo, woo! Welcome to the Dungeon Cooldown! I love your lighting, Josephine. Always fantastic.
Thank you.
Synthwave 80s neon lighting. It's perfect.
A little bisexual lighting, too.
Perfect. Yeah, that's right. That's amazing. Hi, everybody. Yeah, you got Josephine and I today. We're mid-battle after last week, so we are chomping at the bit for Wednesday. We got a bunch of questions. Hi, friends. Hi, Departos. Drowning in blood tears. I don't think I've actually said that name out loud yet.
Blood tears. What's up?
What's up?
I'm gonna apologize. I'm gonna be like just randomly munching every now and then.
Don't apologize for
just like a little squirrel here.
Keeping yourself healthy. Morgue Smash, Tiny Misfortunes. That dice tower will be arriving to you this week. So please let us know when it gets to you. Phoenix Ablaze, good to see you. Tapartos giving out gift subs. Thank you. Angel Devilson with the cheers. Thank you, friends. We are so appreciative of all you do. Happy Monday.
Wait.
What's up?
Who won the dice tower?
Tiny Misfortunes.
Oh, awesome. Awesome.
Yeah.
Sorry, I just had a
one of our favorite names. Oh, wait, did I win? No.
You mean it's coming to my home?
No one said that, Josephine. You're trying to make that happen. I distinctly heard Josephine McAdam won the dice tower. It's like, okay, sure. That's what we call manifesting.
Yeah, I'm just manifesting.
That's correct. Oh my goodness. It is such an exciting time in Dungeon Run land, folks. I mean, I'm just trying to go through everything that's happened in the last few episodes.
It's a lot.
It's a lot.
There's been a lot. I've been like just sort of scouring my character sheet. You know, I think this may be the first time since I started that I'm actually looking at what I can do.
Right. Oh yeah, I can do that. Hi, Ray of Light.
I think like last time, like when I knew like, oh, we're probably gonna be fighting, and I was like looking at stuff. I was like, oh, I forgot about that. And like you saw, the
Channel Divinity.
The Channel Divinity. Out. I was like, oh yeah.
Yeah.
See, I knew I had it, but I had been thinking about using it in like social capacities this entire time.
Stun some folks.
Just like, well, it's random, it's a table of madness.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, that boy. Yeah, what else is on that table?
We got lucky.
We got so lucky. Yeah, actually, Tapartos had a question. How satisfying was it to finally use your Channel Divinity? And that's
so satisfying.
So because that's not a trickster Channel Divinity. That must be the homebrew Lumbra Channel Divinity that Ron gave you. Yes. Okay, fascinating. Yeah.
I'm gonna pull it up right now.
Pulling out the madness table. Woo-hoo-hoo. Ron says, sorry for all the complexity. Hey man, it's working in our benefit so far.
Oh, it's fantastic. Well, I love it.
And I forget if you said it during the episode or during the short rest. Join patreon.com/the dungeon run right now. Get access to those short rests. They're so much fun. But
yeah,
I think you said during the short rest, I actually love that there's so much going on because I feel like every time there's something new about Rhea that comes out, we don't have time to process it.
Yes, that was during the short rest. Yeah, I was like, this is great because like, yeah, someone will say something and I'm like, oh no, they're onto me, or oh, they're gonna, and then craziness ensues and no one can,
on a slow episode that would take up an hour.
Yeah.
You're like, woo, everybody forgot about that. Cool. No, we have not forgotten about it. That is what I will say. We're just keeping notes and biding our time is what we're doing.
There are 10 different things that can happen
from the madness
on the table of madness. Ooh. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I feel like I don't want to like say the other things just because it'd be exciting if they come up.
One of them's got to be that they'll attack their allies, I think, right? That would have been nice. But
yeah, I don't even know. Some of them they're all pretty cool. They're all pretty cool.
Cool. The madness of Lumbra infects your mind. Yeah, that worked. And the saves didn't work, so that's fantastic. And we leveled up. We're level 7 now. You and I kept it pretty down the line. Level 7 fighter.
I mean, yeah.
Level 7 cleric.
there's nothing really besides just extra spell slots.
Right.
Like for
Right.
cleric, nothing
Right.
major happens.
Yeah.
I mean, 4th level spell slots.
Fourth
It's
level
just
spells.
one though.
Yeah, right. But well, you're the only one who has access to 4th level spells right now because Cristobal took his second level of
multi-classing.
Yeah, he's 5 wizard, 2 artificer. And Adam and I were actually talking about it off camera because he was like, "Yeah, 6th level wizard is cool, but 2nd level artificer gets a bunch of stuff." And we took one look at all the artificer infusions, and you saw him using them in the episode where he was like, Coco, your bow's +1.
It's cool.
Like you just get to do all this other stuff.
It's super cool.
Yes. Tapardos, anything fun you take for the level up? My level up normally would have given me something very cool to do with my Echo. Oh. Which means that it's currently nothing. The ability, when I get my Echo back, he'll basically be allowed to act as my familiar, and he can get 1,000 feet away from me. I'm blinded and deafened. Yeah, it's super cool. He still only has the 1 hit point, but basically, yes. Yeah, Q said music, says Angel Devil said, I know.
I'm seeing stuff in chat, and I just want to...
Go on.
I remember even early on, even y'all were saying it, where like, you were being, you kept suspecting, right? There's so many reasons.
Sure.
Oh, hey, Jordy.
Of course.
To suspect Rhea, but you guys were like, well, it doesn't seem like Lumbra magic or anything like that. And with the cleric stuff, it's funny. It's like, yeah, I don't think it looks like the wizard's Lumbra magic, but at this point, it's like, at least with the channel divinity, you do see like Lumbra's influence. There is coming in. It's just merged with
absolutely
whatever she is, whatever they're bringing.
Rhea is such a mishmash. But hi, Jordy. By the way, I think Jordy got down, but we saw him. We're all very happy to see him. Good boy. Yeah, it's who was it? Brian Hughes asked in our Patreon, did Val pick up on Rhea's other name, hoping to get some downtime to ask about that? Yes, I definitely did. I think we all did. It really is. It's been so everything layered on top of everything else that Val, at least for Val's sake, he is, again, keeping eye on the ball and just being like, and I know what's important about Rhea, which is that she's on our side, and I think I think I know. This could be a massive assumption.
Like, right. Ultimately, totally I'm trying to save you in this moment.
I mean, hey, you blessed me in round 1. You're my friend forever.
Yeah, there we go.
The fighter don't make enemies of the person who can cast bless on you in the first round. Fantastic. I need those buffs. Yeah, I think Val is keeping in mind what's important about Rhea, but yeah, there's a million questions, but not all of them are time sensitive.
That's true.
At least that I know of.
Exactly.
Like I get like all the stuff with Faelshin. Like Faelshin has been so thorn in our side. Faelshin has...
what was your read on all of that? I want to hear your inner workings.
Faelshin has been the thorn that we've put in our own side. That's what it is. We took that thorn from Faelshin, we said thank you, and then we stuck it in our own side. That's the curse of Faelshin. He's not really a thorn in your side because you can always just walk away. But boy, when you've just got him right there and what he's able to offer. My read on Faelshin and Rhea's connection. Some people were saying maybe he could be your patron. I didn't get that vibe for a couple reasons. One, because Faelshin bribed Coco to get you there. So that doesn't feel like... or not patron, I'm sorry, but deity, I'm sorry. I got warlock on the mind, it never leaves. Once a warlock.
I know, I see people.
Once a warlock,
I've seen a lot of warlock theories going out.
Yeah, no, I think you're a full cleric. I don't think you're secretly a warlock or anything. If you are, and you've just been keeping Eldritch Blast to yourself this whole time, I mean, kudos, really. So I don't think he's your deity. And the conversation that Val didn't hear, but Morgan did, was...
Yeah, I want to know Morgan's thoughts, yeah.
I loved it. It was respectful. It was... It was of a mutual... It was so well done by you and Ron, because the whole thing was like maybe a minute. And so much conveyed with no details. So those of us were just sort of like, what was that? But it was a sharing of a mutual interest, or an agreed upon an arrangement that had been made, like unclear in so many ways.
Right, you heard arrangement. You heard, right, like, we were very, like, specific, obviously.
Yeah.
I was like, you know what, I don't want to, like, I knew it was going to be quick. I was
Right.
like, we're not going to have everyone leave, because I'm not going to spell anything out here either, because, so it was nice to be on the same page of just like, yeah, let's just keep this real cryptic.
I say we could have rushed you over to the secret
you,
room real fast, but I loved that you guys didn't actually, and we just kept it kind of like, what the heck was that?
Yeah, well, because I kind of like to have you guys...
I like
going
it too.
like, what's happening?
Wait, what? You really enjoy keeping us in the dark. So I mean, but Rhea, beautifully played by you, Josephine. Beautifully played. But Rhea presents as someone who you don't know what to make of them, and so that has just continued. And it's never been like, I am clearly this one thing, and you're like, all right, you're clearly that one, and then whoop, it's like, no, I'm lying. It's never been that. I think I've never gotten fully secure about my read on Rhea, so it's all just kind of like different puzzle pieces coming out of the murk, and you're like,
yeah,
okay, I think this fits with that. I don't know,
What did you think, like, because, you were sitting at the table with Failshin just offering to answer things without asking for more in return.
Right. That implies certainly then a pre-existing agreement.
But it's like, like, whereas we had just had this Failshin who was like, I'm not telling you anything, like, so... Yeah. So hard lining, like, where you have to trade and make a deal for everything, and
there's a million kinds. There's a million kinds of cleric and deity relationships, but just something about it didn't feel like that to me between your relationship with Failshin. Obviously past dealings, probably some current dealings, but I'm unsure. So yeah. Phoenix Ablaze says, I just know I love Rhea. They're so cool and sassy and gorgeous. Aw, that's very sweet. Yeah, that's nice.
Yeah, it's fun because obviously, I think we can all say everyone understands now that I am a changeling.
Oh, yeah. I think that's clear.
Great. I was like, I feel like that's...
Right. And
that's out.
And what Morgan knows about changelings is more than what Val knows about changelings. I think we've said that, where it's like, oh, I don't know anything.
And so... I'm interested in what, where you're going to take, because the words used in the game, like in the middle of, right before battle, though, is like shape changer.
Right.
And how that's going to, I don't know how much y'all know about that, like in the world, if it's like spelled out to you in that way.
The rest of us know very little about the Feywild. And Coco seems to know anything. Coco's the only one who knows anything about the Feywild, and she's not talking.
I know.
And Carrie has slow played some things so well, but it's also just been like, wait a minute, what? And Coco is kind of a person who I'm like, I thought I knew your deal, and I'm still pretty sure I know Coco's deal. I'm a little less sure. I'm a little less sure. Drowning in Blood Tears calls them Revelations. Revelations. Welcome back to Revelations.
Oh my god. I know we talked about it on Short Rest, but man, the fact that Coco led me down there too after everything.
Yeah. If we all make it out of this alive, assuming we all make it out of this alive, I think there's gonna be some awkward moments of what now? What does this mean for us? You know, are we still headed the same place? You know, like, is that because, and I don't think it necessarily has to be hostile. I really don't, but it's really just kind of like Val again is like, I did this a bit with campaign 1 too, where I was like, I was keeping so many secrets as well that if someone else was keeping a secret, I didn't blame them for it, but I was also like, but I need to know if your secret's gonna stab me in the back. Would you please tell me that? Because yes, I've got my secrets, and I'm not rushing to tell you my stuff. So
yeah,
I think.
Hey, are you still searching for what the connection? I remember I told you.
I have a
in our first cooldown.
I have a guess.
You have a guess? Okay, well, I'm not gonna.
It's
tell
a
you,
big.
I'm just curious.
It's a big guess.
That you have a guess,
and it's out of left field, and
okay.
Cool. No, I'm not gonna say.
For those of you that don't know, I dropped this like when
I'm not gonna say.
I think in our first cooldown, I was like, oh, there's like this really tiny little like connection to campaign 1 specifically.
I have a guess who Rhea's deity is.
You don't think it's Lumbra?
Oh, I think it's Lumbra, but Lumbra is not a trickster god. And if Rhea is from the Feywild, then perhaps there's something there. Perhaps whatever Rhea's original deity or whatever that is, because I don't quite understand the Lumbra versus trickster thing, how that's working. So I think maybe there's something there connected to the Feywild, and that's all I'm gonna say.
Okay. Cool. Cool. Hey, tell us about the Van de Graaff
generator story. Yeah, so we put a clip up about this, and I mentioned it, I think it was 2 episodes ago now, and I forgot to tell the story. But so, the Van de Graaff generator story. Yes, Ron is laughing in chat, by the way. Yes. So, the Van de Graaff generator story. So, if you don't know what Van de Graaff generators are, they are the metal, like, they look like a large metal ball normally. And we used to play with them, like if you went to a science museum, or we had one, and the incident that happened with me was in my high school science class. And they can be all of varying sizes. Some of them are huge. They often work with like Tesla coils that you can like make little lightning off of them. And if you put your hand on it, it makes your hair stand up because it creates electrostatic electricity. Yes. So, by the way, it's also possible that Ron was referring to a plasma ball.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Right,
that's
which
what
is
I
a little different than what I was saying. So the plasma ball and a Van de Graaff generator are 2 possible things. So I want to make that clear. If Ron was talking about a plasma ball, I'm sorry. But so yeah, Van de Graaff generator is a thing where if you put your hand on it. I'm so sorry. Van de Graaff generator is a thing where you put your hand on it, makes your hair stand up because it conducts electricity and it can flow up through your body. So we had one, and it was either my freshman or sophomore year science class. It wasn't there the whole time. It was just there. We had it for like a week. And if one person puts their hand on it, makes your hand stand up. If you do like, you can do a chain of people. It'll make all your hair stand up, you know, like, and cool. So we were doing this, and it was a good sized, you know, it's an electrical conductor. Like generating electricity. So what we did like 2 people hair, you know, it was like, oh, funny. So we finally, after like 3 or 4, like, let's try the whole class. Do a chain and see if it can go through the whole class. And so literally just like hands on shoulders or holding hands or something like that. You know, it's high school. We're not all holding hands. You know, that's weird.
No. What?
And so there's a whole chain of people, and we're all holding hands, and what was unknown, and this is what I think the explanation is. I never verified this, but what I think the explanation was, because what happened was we were a chain of people. The person, I think I was the second or third person. I was pretty close in the line. The person who reached out their hand towards the globe, when they got it about this far away, there was a pop, and all of us, my arm, like, seized, and everybody, the whole chain in the class went, ow!
What? How? Why?
We got electrocuted.
Why?
Here's what I think happened. And
what did the teacher do?
The science teacher was like, everybody get away from it. We did not, I think they were like panicking and be like, oh my god. The fuse did not blow. So what I think happened, because the director, the science teacher was like, let's just not worry about this. Let's not, everyone get away. And like, we didn't spend any more time talking about it. What I think happened, what we figured out was, our science class and a lot of science classes had those little metal jets on the counters on the side, where it was like, one was like the gas for the Bunsen burners, and one was like air, or something like that. I think somewhere in the chain of students, somebody was definitely sitting on the counter and their butt was like touching, and it created a grounded circuit. I think that's the explanation. I don't know. But
touching metal will do that?
I mean, somewhere in the chain of that, I'm not sure. Basically, it and zap. And
yikes. So how was it like stronger for the person at the front? I don't know. How does this work? Or is it just equal?
We were all kind of okay. I think it was a little stronger because they were like, and basically, ow. And we were like,
and it was before they even touched it, right?
Yep. I don't think he did not get his hand on it. Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, and by the way, I don't think this is an isolated incident, because we posted that clip on YouTube and somebody else said, oh yeah, I remember the name of this thing too, because the same thing happened.
Wow.
There might have been a visible zap. I was standing behind people, so I couldn't see. Wow. But yes. Okay. Rabbit Attack Goat, this would have been mid-90s. This would have been like 95, 96.
Science.
Rabbit Attack Goat says, now I have no idea when Morgan was in high school, but if similar to when I did, all I have to say is the 90s were a different time. I definitely...
Jordy,
buddy. I definitely Wikipedia'd this because I was like, am I crazy? And it's like, no, this can happen. And they do, it sounds like they do still use them in schools every now and then. But yeah, it is an electrostatic generator. And it shocked the entire class.
That's great.
That's great. Isn't that great?
Love that. And then that helped. That was a core memory, clearly, because you immediately were like, "That's Van de Graaff."
Never forgetting the name of that thing. Yeah. Keep away from him, kids.
Incredible.
The fun thing that can make your hair stand on end can also electrocute you.
That sounds familiar, but I don't have a memory of like messing with one of those. So
yeah, they would often have them in science museums, or like they would put a balloon on it or something like that, or do fun stuff with it. Yeah. You can do presentations where you can like arc electricity, like do like arc lightning between Tesla coils and a Van de Graaff generator.
Yeah.
Different time.
Just experiment with the kids.
that thing was not in our class much longer. I don't know. I wonder if that was connected.
Bet after that.
They're like, let's get that out of here. Let's not electrocute more children before the parents get mad.
Oh,
my goodness.
All right.
There is the story. So going back to some of our questions from Patreon, because there's a lot of questions.
Let's do it.
I know. Rabbit Attack Goat, kind of following up on the questions about your channel divinity and your cleric subclass, you are a trickster cleric with some homebrewed flavor, basically, in places that Ron and Jared probably created, or what? Can you say? You don't have to say what they are.
No. I'm a trickster cleric.
Okay.
Said
was so much. Just okay. Go ahead.
I have a cool channel divinity that you have seen.
Very cool.
The thing is, so actually, the trickster cleric channel divinity is cool.
Mm-hmm. With the
And like, but the other one is not.
duplicity.
So there's another one that gives. Yeah, there's another one that lets you go invisible, and I already have that.
Sure.
So it was kind of becoming redundant, and so it was also to help the redundancy in that channel divinity because it basically wasn't giving me anything. I wasn't about to use one of my 2 channel divinities.
Yeah.
For invisibility, which you can get in a spell. You know, like that's the one that is a little meh.
Yeah.
So it's kind of supplementing that.
Makes sense. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the okay. All right. I'm just a simple old trickster cleric. Who, me? Yeah. Fascinating. Excellent. Well, then we've got another question going to me. How is Val doing?
Oh, wait. I was going to say, Ron,
ahead.
Don't out me. Don't out me.
Ron definitely won't out you, I'm sure. Definitely a trickster cleric. By the way, can I just say something that's gotten lost in the sauce?
Lost in the sauce.
We have no idea what Serena's secret room was about. You and I don't.
Oh no, yeah.
What? It was connected to the force card. Yeah.
Yeah, connected to the force card.
Normally,
awesome.
Normally, you have some idea post secret room. It's rare that you have no idea. Hi, Raven Queen.
Right. What it had to do with.
Rare that you have no idea what it was about. And Serena, to her credit, we came out of that having no clues what it was about, and we just continued on as if nothing had happened, which I think is right, which I think is how we should play it. But it's kind
of nothing did happen, right? In the
not that I know of
narrative, yeah. So
it just happened when we were still on our way back to the City of Glass from the Shattered Expanse. So
yeah,
and Serena, if it had an effect on Serena, it was very subtle, and I didn't notice it.
Mm-hmm.
So it was
not when we're planning to go into, like we're thinking about the trial that we're going into.
We had
like
a lot on our mind.
There was no indication, like from Otto, that there was something up.
None. And so coming out of that, I only really realized it later when I was like, wait, what was that? What happened? And no idea. Just a secret 5 to 10 minutes between Ron and Serena that we have no idea what it was about.
Yeah. I can't wait till we find out. I mean, I love that. I love surprises.
Surprises. Oh my goodness. Well, speaking of surprises, Rabbit Attack Goat says, how is Val doing after his echo vanished? Did you expect something like this could happen during the course of the story? For example, did you have any discussion with Ron and Jared about how far they could go with your character before it happened? A big chunk of his abilities are cut off for the time being. Tell me about it. But I wonder how he will change or grow as a character without the knowledge that some other version of him will step out and take care of things for a while. Well said, Rabbit Attack Code. You and I are similar in this way, Josephine, because I know we've talked about it. Did I expect something like this could happen? Look, did I... Yeah, I mean, I wasn't asking for it, but it's when it's a magical ability with D&D and the kind of storytelling that we do, anything given can be taken away.
Yeah.
And I mean, you're talking to the guy who was turned into a full-on demon in campaign 1.
You were turned into a demon?
Oh yeah, for
nice.
For multiple episodes. Well, over the course of a long arc, basically almost the whole last third of our campaign was James's patron punishing him by slowly turning him into a demon.
Oh my gosh, that made me think of something. You finish this and then circle back.
But so I did not have any discussion with Ron and Jared about the echo being taken away, but they know I'm down with, as you and I have said, hurt me for the story if you need to. Go ahead. As long as it feels validated and as long as there's a cool reason for it, I'm down. There's no red lights there. I think if it starts to feel cruel or unfair or anything like that, I might go, hey. But I like the challenge, and as you point out in your question, I love how it might help Val grow in a weird way.
Yeah, I loved that question of just not having this other version to come help. Yeah. And does that, like, are you going to, is Val going to get to accept himself, the version of him now, like just wholly, like to feel whole just as himself? Like, you know, that's great.
Yeah, it is that. And some of this I knew we would get into, and other things I had no idea. It was just kind of that realm, you know, when you sometimes make a creative decision like that, you're like, I don't know where this will lead us, but I like this arena. And so much of the early days with Val and his Echo were, this guy is so much better than you. and that's still there with Val a bit. And that was partially by the dice. It was so funny. There were multiple fights where Val had to do something, he would fail, the Echo would have to do it, and it would succeed. It just happened that way. And so it literally became the story of the Echo is better than Val.
No, oh my god. Yeah. Well, okay, yeah. So here's the thing, we're dealing with all these echoes and things, and this is before we got to the trial, and Cristobal's also like having these now this conflict, right, of like over your, like, which version you are. And I don't even remember what I said, but I know that there's so much, because we haven't outwardly admitted it in game, right, to each other, that for Rhea as a changeling, you're talking about these different versions of yourselves. And that's why I made that comment to Cristobal that like it doesn't matter what else is out there. This is the you we know, and we accept you, and or whatever. I don't even remember what I said, but something along those lines.
No, that's gorgeous. That's really, and I right now, for some reason, I had not made that connection of how beautifully the addition of a changeling to the party that's dealing with this different versions of yourself. Mm-hmm. How thematically that ties in such a cool way.
Yeah, that's like when Cristobal was saying that, like, I don't know, like it was like kind of heartbreaking for Rhea, but I haven't admitted to y'all, you know, like I haven't told y'all what's going on, because I was like, well, you know, no, there's all, you know, everyone has, I think that's what I said. It was like everyone has different facets within themselves. So I was inadvertently telling y'all something about you know, Rhea is a changeling, but it's a really interesting balance to see how you guys are dealing with it, and may or may not affect like how open Rhea feels about sharing as well, right?
Right.
Is the way you guys are processing this.
Yeah, I think that's so true. And I mean, Cristobal, even more so, I think it's almost harder for Cristobal, because Val's Echo, even though it's more present, it's kind of, as we said, it's not fully corporeal. It goes away after one hit point. You know, it is this constant, like, almost phantom following him. Whereas Cristobal, it's like, no, he's real and he's your worst enemy. And it's like, jeez.
Yeah. I think for now, having said that is because he was questioning whether he was the original or something. I think that's what it was. And I think it was reiterating that it doesn't matter if he is or not, you know, like that it's just as valid as the other. And that is something that I was very much paying attention to.
Yeah, it's really nice. That's really lovely themes, and you are who you choose to be, and you know, basically, and kind of manifesting that, and also, you know, with the support of what the difference between what someone can be when they are, you know, in a place where they are loved and supported, and versus, you know, in a place when everything is poison and everything is, you know, it's really amazing, and some stories that I love.
I remembered, so when you were talking about a demon, that reminded me, I was in like the third episode or something like that, second or third. I wanted to ask you about this because I'm just curious, because I haven't watched all the episodes. At one point you guys questioned, or is it Coco, or is it Otto? Someone questioned me about how I feel about demons, or was it devils, or was it like how you, and we're pretty adamant about it, and I was like, well, I don't know, you know, like, I was sort of like,
we haven't had many run-ins with strict demons. What it's been are these kind, or
maybe they said devils.
I think you're right. I think you're right, and I remember,
and it made me wonder as a player. I was like, oh, did y'all have like some bad
right I wonder. No real things, though certainly like the gnolls that were possessed by the corruption can kind of feel demonic or devilish. They might have been referring to Faelshin. It might have been Coco, and it might have been in reference to Faelshin, because I feel like there is almost a fear that Faelshin is the devil. I think we've almost like
that's right. You guys have talked about him like that. Yeah,
talk about it as if he's the devil. I don't think he is, and I'm not sure Val thinks he is too. I think Val sees him just as an extremely powerful businessman and power broker who's to be feared.
It does kind of sound like the devil.
It does kind of sound like the devil. Not great. But yeah.
Okay, cool. I wasn't sure if there was something specific.
No, that's a good question.
Just reminded me.
Yeah, I don't think that was referring to anything specific. But if any, I don't know whoever had that in mind. I would guess they were thinking of Faelshin, but then again, as we said, Coco's full of secrets that I don't even know about, and so's Otto.
It was Otto. You think Ron thinks it was Otto in reference to Faelshin? Okay,
maybe, yes,
okay.
Yeah,
okay.
But no, I think, I have no idea what will happen if and when the smoke clears from this fight. The fact that Thasha and Lumbra are literally fighting above us.
Oh my god. It's so cool.
It's so
visually
cool
to imagine.
It's so cool. And we talked about this in the short rest, but like that bigger question of where the heck are we? Are we not?
Yeah.
Thasha can just show up. But and Ron verified that's like a god can be anywhere that their will exists. So I don't know what can it mean. It felt like they'd been trying to keep Thasha out, and now she's
it
here.
sounded like that, right? Yeah, like they have been working to keep her out or something.
Shifted, and I wonder. This is just a guess. If all that inrush of new souls that happened, I wonder if some of them were Thasha worshippers, and then that allowed Thasha the window to come crashing in.
Maybe, or maybe it's y'all's connection.
Could be us, but none of us are strict followers of Thasha. I mean, Val tossed Thasha to the side because he was like, well, she's not going to help me here. So I gotta get out of here.
But I don't think it has to be strict. I think that, didn't Ron mention, like, it's like there doesn't even need to be like temples or anything. It just, for them to enter, it just affects their power that they have when they do.
Right. But the Fetid Born. By the way, I realized that in the Fetid Born, we should probably we haven't given you much of a background on Capre as well either.
No, yeah, I don't know. You guys have mentioned, but I've just been like, yeah, okay, someone you know.
Capre is almost the first NPC that we met. Besides some monsters and some frost giants who were coming out of ice. Capre was the first helpful NPC that we met, and they were ultimately ostracized by their herd, and then
I saw this.
Yeah,
I just didn't know what like I
That's
didn't
Capre.
watch, like I watched that episode where they were sent off, I think.
That's right. That was like episode like 4 or something like that. I think that was one of the episodes that I sent you.
Oh wow.
Yeah,
Whoa.
that's Capre. And the last time Nagrok died, Capre killed them. But then came after us. So there is a real kind of what is going, like Capre has a real inner turmoil that you sense.
Yeah.
And now has a tentacle for an arm that's just super creepy. But last time we saw Capre, she was hardcore trying to kill us. So
Nagrok?
No, well, and Capre.
They were both trying to kill you.
Yeah.
Got it.
Yes.
Cool.
Well, Nagrok was trying to kill us. Capre killed Nagrok, but then started trying to kill us. It was bad.
Wild.
It was real bad. It was a real bad fight.
Cool.
That's the one that's called, that's the episode Etched in Stone for those who need a refresher. That was real bad. Yeah, for sure. But yes, so to Partos, I think this is a great question. Speaking of the fight, any idea what other fun puzzles Ron might toss your way? Ron
Yeah,
has.
I love that you're doing word games.
Ron
It's
has
so
obviously been paying attention to me and our word games. If you're not a part of our Discord, by the way, join our Discord. It's so much fun. And one thing that I and other members, some members of the Discord do is we do the daily Wordle, Quirtle, Octortle, Setacordle, and Duo Trigordle, which my wife has said, please stop saying these words.
I know. You're ridiculous.
They're ridiculous. Even I was like, Duo Trigordle? Are we serious now? Come on. That means 32 words.
No.
Yep. But it's a blast. We have a good time doing it. And it's a fun daily thing to do. And we kind of share our scores in the Discord in a supportive, non-confrontational, non-competitive way. Just to be clear. And it's obvious that Ron's been paying attention because now he's torturing / delighting me with, no, you don't get death saves. You get to do word games to come back.
Mm-hmm.
And who knows, maybe the next ones won't be word games. Maybe Ron will literally toss me a Rubik's Cube the next time it comes around, which I really hope he doesn't. Please don't do that. I'm bad at those.
No, they're fun. Yeah, I'll do crosswords every now and then on my stream. I love a good crossword. Word games. Yeah,
I'm out of practice a little bit. I could probably still do the Monday, Tuesday on the New York Times without much issue.
Yeah.
We start getting into Friday, Saturday, and I'm like, oof, no way. Yeah.
A long time.
Saturdays are the worst. Sundays are the big ones, so they get a little easier. The Saturday,
I thought
New York...
Sundays were supposed to be the hardest.
They're hard because they're bigger, but because they're bigger, there's more stuff you can fill in. So there's got to be a few easy ones.
Okay.
Saturdays are just pain. Thursdays,
I think, are the ones that get real frustrating depending on because Thursdays are where they do a random rule that they've never used before, and here it is.
And often they don't even tell you what the rule is.
No, they don't tell you.
They're like,
one week is that they accepted numbers into the answers, and I was like,
uncool.
That's not allowed.
No, this isn't a Sudoku.
No indication that numbers were allowed. Anyway.
Pain.
Do we have other questions?
I feel like those are most of the questions here today, unless there's been some others in chat. So if there's others in chat, please throw them our ways. Those are all of our Patreon questions, and we got the Van de Graaff generator story. You're welcome, friends.
Okay, question us, chat. Question us.
But yeah, it really, I'm enjoying this story so much with you all, and we're having so much fun, and I think, you know, what you've brought to the table, literally and figuratively, has been so awesome, and I keep saying it, but it immediately feels so like, you know, it's the layers of the onion where you're like, there's so much here, and yeah, I'm just trying to focus on getting us out, and part of it is me playing Val, which is like, I'm not going to pick at this forever. I just want to get out of here, man. And you're helping me get out of here right now.
Right. Yeah. How did you feel when, like, because, or what were you when we did realize, like, when you as a player realized that, like, oh yeah, your name's not Rhea, or it might not, or there might be another name, or there's...
Yeah, that was a funny moment. That was a really great moment and really nicely played by everybody, where it was a surprise, and then it was of course that's not her name.
Right.
Of course we don't know what her name is. She's literally a changeling. You know, she's probably lived, 100 lives. You're the Jason Bourne. You know, you're just sort of like, who knows what your real name is? Well, we do now. But it's also kind of like it doesn't change anything. Like, at least... It's more just sort of like goes in the notebook. We know that about you now. You are asking.
You do think that Val picked up on Coco saying it, like, and not.
I don't even,
like, because after she was like, oh, I must have misheard. There's so many names happening. Like,
well, actually, I could be wrong. Ron, I thought we all heard it. Did we not? If you're in chat still.
No, just Coco. Oh, I think the echoes of the names.
Did it only go through Coco's head? I will go back
Coco
and rewatch
said, Who's
that.
Yuri?
Only Coco. Okay, got it. Well, then Val has no idea.
That's what I meant. She said it out loud, but then she's like, "Oh, I must have misheard. Like, there's so many names happening."
I'll go back and watch that
She
moment
said
to
it out
remember
loud, but
specifically how it happened to make sure that
she
I'm
said,
clear on
"Who's Yuri?" I was like, "Oh, yeah, damn it!"
Crap.
Like in the moment, I remember this so distinctly.
Yes.
Like,
Right. Where
and
you
then,
had that.
and then she kind of, yeah, and then she kind of played it out, and I was like, I don't know how to, like, because like I already knew what was coming as soon as I processed that it was saying it. That's why I was questioning it right beforehand. I was saying like, "You're hearing names," like that's what I was like. And when Cristobal asked like, we need your help," and I was like, I really don't want to.
Well, and Ron, correct me if I'm wrong. I feel like you said after the fact that you surprised yourself with that, where you're like, yeah, it'll probably say Rhea, and they're like, wait a minute, no, it won't. I don't even think Ron expected that one, but then it's like, nope, that will definitely say another name. Yeah, that's always beautiful.
Yeah.
Those little found surprising where everybody's surprised by it's like.
No, I clocked it as soon as it like first started, and I was like, oh god, we're all gonna have to hold this, and at some point my name is gonna be revealed, and what am I gonna do? Like, there's so much going on that it's like and I'm not about to say anything about it.
But it goes back to again that thing of like it was a surprise, and it was a like, what, but also makes total sense with everything else we know about you, in that we don't know that much about you. Like it all makes sense. It's like, oh, like, yeah, of course that's not your real name.
Yeah. Do you think I'm gonna try to ask this as neutrally as possible. Do you think like Rhea is gonna be around for a while?
I don't know. I mean, I hope. But I literally, like what I said earlier, which is when the smoke clears, I don't know what Rhea will want.
I guess
Morgan
Morgan
absolutely hopes so, and Morgan would like you to continue.
Wait. No, not as in like, not as in like, am I going to be present? Or
no, I know. So we're not. We're not getting meta here.
Do you think that them in the form of Rhea?
Oh. Ooh, boy.
And like, is Val attached to that or not?
I think he is. I think there needs to be. I don't want to. I almost said like there needs to be a reckoning, but I don't like. There needs to be some kind of. There must be a reckoning. Yeah, right. There must be some kind of reckoning with this. In terms of like, make me comfortable with this.
Right. I assume at some point.
Because, like, all right, I think I know enough about you to begin to trust you. But also, like, outside of the City of Glass, who are we? I mean, I think Val, if we're able to get out, I think Val will take off that Umbreth mask, throw it to the ground, and never wear it again. Like, whew, basically, like move on. But there's so much that I don't know about Rhea that is like, all right, you've said you want to get out of here, and you obviously seem to have other interests like we all do. I don't blame you for those. So hopefully those things can align and things, but if you are a different person outside the City of Glass, I think Val would understand that, literally like a different person, because part of this dealing with the gods and all of this chaos has been like, look, make the deal you need to make to get what you want at the end of the day. And all Val is trying to do at the end of the day is stop the corruption, protect his family, and now protect his new friends, and try to make something of himself in that regard. That's the thing that he's decided. It's like, that's, I guess, what I can do. I can't help in any other way because I'm bad at all that stuff about my family, and I screwed up, and that was two-sided as well. He knows it wasn't all his fault, but he takes a fair amount of responsibility as well. So it's like, all right, so this is how I'm gonna help. And he cares about Cristobal and Rhea and and Cristobal and Coco and Otto and Rhea. Now.
You're like, I
didn't mean to put you first. Because you're Rhea's new, but he cares about these friends. He cares about these friends, and they've been wonderful to him, and so and helped him in these ways. So I think there's an opening for Rhea to be in that, but also kind of. I'm just trying not to make a lot of assumptions, Because I think I'd be wrong left and right. So yeah.
Val's not like the kind of person, from what I've gathered, like it doesn't seem like Val is the one who is gonna like follow someone incognito and like snoop on someone, right? Like,
not directly. No, I think he's a fighter, right? I think he's more. I think he's more straight at something.
Yeah, because I sort of attribute that to either like Coco or Otto or who. So I feel like I'm just gonna tell you this because I don't think they're watching. Is that like I'm waiting for the day that they like try to either like follow me to a room, like if I'm on my own, or just like try to catch me on my own doing something. And I totally have like,
Otto's already tried. Yeah.
I have a role for like, if that happens, what I may or may not be doing in that time. Like for myself, I'm like, I have like 3 or 4 different things that could possibly happen if they do that.
Ooh.
And I just want to roll it out. And I've decided that when it ever happens, I'm just going to roll it to see what they see.
Tepartos thinks it'll be Slay that follows you first. And Rupti says, I'd pay someone else to do it.
Right.
Maybe. I don't know. If it's...
But it just, I told you, because it just doesn't seem like a Val thing, but maybe you will. I don't know.
I don't know. I'm not above it, but I don't think it's his first instinct. But certainly, Otto already did it. Otto stole your alms box and then gave it back to you. Just like trying to figure out what the heck was going on. Yeah. By the way, that's another clue about Rhea is the alms box was empty. What does it mean? What does it all mean? So maybe you are a fake.
We went back.
Maybe you are a fake trickster cleric. I will
tell you, we did go back and forth over. There was 2 options of it being empty or it having one single thing in it. But
what's in the box?
Empty made sense.
Empty made sense. Empty's interesting. Empty is conspicuously empty. Yes, the empty alms box. Who's to say?
Rhea said it's new.
Mm-hmm.
Rhea said this is new to them, right? What did I say? I'm like, what did I say?
What is my lie here?
I said that it's new. Oh, I said, because I said that there was someone else before, didn't I say that?
Yes, you did. The scariest thing about Rhea is that there have been some secrets that have come out about her, and yet it's only implied that there's so many more. like where you're just kind of like, okay, yeah, those things now. That's nowhere near all of it. It's like, whoa. Wow.
And how far will I try to spin it otherwise? Because I think you already asked me about my shapeshift, and I was like, it's just a gift of, right? I said it was a gift of Lumbra.
Yeah, and I think I definitely failed that insight check too. That's the other thing is Val tries insight checks. He's bad at them.
And I may or may not be good at certain checks against it. I won't name which checks I'm using at any given moment.
I remember those 27s or whatever they were that you rolled. Yes, Val, suspicious of everyone, says Rabbit Attack Goat, for sure. Oh, goodness.
A baby changeling is in the box. Ooh. Oh my god. It's like a terrifying, weird Guillermo del Toro type thing to say.
Baby changeling. Yikes. So let's wait. We only have a little bit of time left. So just let's talk a little bit battle tactics. Ron, take your headphones off.
Battle tactics. Yeah.
Because so we now have Nagrok and the Tiefling guy are stunned by your channel divinity for 3 more rounds. So we've got some time to focus hopefully on just the skull and the automaton.
Yeah, wait, so y'all didn't kill Nagrok though, or you did?
Capray did, but he died. He for sure died.
And Nagrok is here. Wait, was Nagrok the random NPC that got pulled in?
Correct, but also Nagrok is undead.
Got it.
So this was something
okay.
I'll mention this. Okay. Yeah, step 1, Val's got to get up. Thank you, Rabbit Attack Coach. You are correct. Step 1. But the thing that... So, for instance, we saw that incredible scene of the Fetidborn killing that ancient black dragon. Great, that wasn't intimidating at all. Oh, boy. Ancient. Just look up an ancient black dragon stats sometimes, guys. And just,
I know, that whole scene, because I was like, oh, they're strong enough to kill a black dragon.
Great. And not a young black dragon, an ancient black
dragon.
I
was like,
great.
Oh.
we're screwed. Yeah. So... so got the ancient black... So we watched them kill the ancient black dragon. We don't know where they were, and we don't know when that was. But there was the thing that said that we still don't know what the heck this meant. That Faelshin said to Val after that vision that they used Val's echo to do it.
Yeah.
What was that about? I have no idea.
I don't know either. Like, is the echo essentially another soul that's like untethered? You know? And is it like using a soul, like a powerful soul?
Oh gosh, here's a weird question. We start because we're in this world of souls and alternative selves. Do Medulon and Cristobal share the same soul?
Oh, I don't know.
Who knows? That's a weird question. How dare you make us ask these questions, Ron?
Yeah.
Oh man.
I mean, yeah, I don't know. That's what I assume that it's just like souls, because souls seem to be powering up so much
Correct.
of what's happening.
Yes.
So I assume it has something to do with souls and
yes.
and yeah.
It's
and can souls split?
Right.
And you know, all of these things. Maybe they can't. Maybe they are having to share it, and that's why Medulon wants to kill Cristobal, so he can have the full soul.
Maybe. Maybe there's power in your alternate soul.
Yeah, I don't know. Anyway.
Boy.
Yeah, great questions.
Just roll with that one for a little bit, folks. But
as far as the fight goes.
As far as the fight goes, so and the question of where are we is affecting some of our battle tactics a little bit, because you have banishment, which is a fantastic spell. Love it. Drives your DM crazy every time.
Yeah, but I don't know what plane we're on.
We don't really know what plane we're on. And that would be a waste of a 4th level spell.
I only have 1 slot, yeah.
A waste of your highest slot if we're wrong about something. I don't think... I think we're somewhere else. Oh, man, I don't know, though, man. So how we got here...
Ron, he's also very aware that I have banishment.
Of course he is.
Okay.
You got here, well... I don't know if this is true. The story you told us was that you got here through a mirror. And that was the story and that's how we got here as well. Is we were pulled through a mirror by Gast.
Mm-hmm.
So don't know what that means. And souls are coming here, so I do think we are probably on another plane.
I know, I think so too.
But that's a gamble.
Yeah, it is a gamble. It does feel like we're on another plane. Then again, it's like, you know, the North and South Islands might feel like different planes to different people because there's different creatures, and yet they are on, and you can't access it normally, right? So I don't know. I don't know. But it feels like another plane, but we may be completely wrong. And so I am hesitant to use that or to...
I know.
lean on that.
It's
but you know,
also they're rolling very well on saves, and I feel like almost all of them are like rolling at advantage on saves. So it's like let's just not let's not mess with that
as well. My biggest priority, honestly, is maybe getting a little bit safer positioning right now.
You're
being
right
the
next to
cleric
that
of the
automaton.
party, I'm like, oh no.
Are you half down? You got a big hit early.
Yeah.
That could have been a lot worse too, by the way.
I am sitting around like 30 something hit points, yeah.
I actually haven't lost any hit points yet.
The first hit was 20 something.
Right. It was that telekinesis dropping the giant piece of obsidian on you, which Ron said he rolled 5d12. So the fact that you only got like 23 hit points taken away is lucky. Yeah.
Yeah. The
Tepartos, where can we run though, buddy? There's no exit.
Yeah.
I mean, we can try to smash the glass, I guess. Yeah.
The motivational speech that I gave y'all that's giving advantage like wisdom throws and stuff like that.
Yep.
That goes away when y'all lose your temp hit points that I gave you. So as soon as you get hit once, you know, basically in this scenario.
Oh, that's good to know, because I think then that means a couple of us don't have it anymore.
Yeah, I've been trying to keep track.
Yeah. Okay.
And that's one of the things I'm going to check on when we start, because it's a lot. It gives a lot of like really nice benefits early on, and like you still have yours.
The question about the exit currently, Tepartos, the glass was closed by Ghost, because I remember that very clear moment of going like, why'd you do that, bro? But Ron has just said it was weakened by the obsidian rain. Right, it was smashed and cracked. I will also say though, going back to when Lumbra joined, this is the other thing. We didn't even talk about this. What happened to Umbrith?
What's going on with Umbrith?
And now what does that mean for the joined version of Umbrith and Luminoth Lumbra if one of them is corrupted?
Umbrith resisted flirt hardcore. And like that was big. That was a big red flag. I was like, something's up.
How dare he?
Something's up.
How dare they?
Some sort of corruption, and we'll have to see. Yeah, it was totally like zoned out, right?
Right. Just not paying attention.
Is that going to affect Luminoth or not? And I hope not. I hope it's just, but
and it's got to be connected to that moment, that nugget that Ron dropped in there that was like, what? Which I forget who said it, which was Otto's little ritual in the basement of the warehouse prevented Luminoth from being absorbed.
Corrupted, from being
I think absorbed was
something
the word.
Like that.
I could be wrong.
Okay.
That was like, what? We're killing halves of gods now? Jordy.
He's very excited.
Needless to say, there's a lot of questions, folks.
I really don't think it's Umbrith just bored and sulking.
No, agreed.
There's no way that if Umbrith was bored and sulking that he would have not made eye contact.
He wasn't even paying attention. There was something weird about him, and Otto saw that weird kind of tendril of dark energy between them. Gosh, there's so much. There's so much, friends. We got a lot to do before Wednesday.
There's a lot going on with that. There's so much going on with that we're so embroiled in this fight that it's like, that's for when and if we get out of this.
That's correct. That is correct. I saw a question earlier about our summer schedule. We do not have a summer break-in plan, but we've got some fun stuff coming up, friends, that we'll tell you more about later. So be on the lookout for that. Josephine's headed to Gen Con, by the way, first week of August, and so Serena. So if you're going to Gen Con or you're anywhere in the Midwest, go say hi.
Say hi.
Yes.
If you see us.
Yeah. Rep TDR represent. But okay, I mean, I feel like this could go on for another hour, but unfortunately we have things to do.
Oh god, when Ron says concentrate on surviving,
thanks, Ron.
that really doesn't actually make me feel bad.
We'll do our best, buddy. Thanks.
I'm gonna try. Okay, I think I know what my first choice
We're gonna
is
survive.
now.
We're gonna survive.
Okay,
All right,
my
big
first move.
All right, we love you,
cool.
friends. Go to patreon.com/thedungeonrun to catch the VOD of this and all of our other, and catch Short Rest and so many other things. And we will see you live on Wednesday. Join the Discord if you haven't yet. So much extra stuff going on. We love you, friends. Talk to you soon. Thank you, Josephine. Always appreciate you.
Thank you. Oh wait. Can I also just
plug
that
away
in 20 minutes after I eat some food?
Oh, goodness.
Quick. I'm gonna be streaming some Ghost of Tsushima over on my Twitch channel on JCVIM. We're starting it today.
You stream a lot of games, like at different. Like I'm always kind of surprised by it. It's like I feel like I would only be able to focus on one game at a time, but I feel like every time I see you go live, it's like another game. So it's like, dang.
No. I only do two different games a week, but we just finished one, so we're starting a new one today.
Ghost of Tsushima. I've never played it. I feel like I would love it.
It's the director's cut.
Oh, fascinating.
It's gonna be fun.
Awesome.
All right.
Anyway, we'll do that 20 minutes from now, friends. Get over there. We love you, everybody. Have a wonderful rest of your Monday, and we will see you Wednesday night. Catch you later, friends. Humankind. Bebo.
Bebo.
Bye.